Let's be real, brother. Dating in today's world can be confusing. One moment you're talking to a woman, she's laughing at your jokes, and you're thinking there's a spark. The next moment, she's pulling away, and you're left wondering what went wrong. That uncertainty eats at a man's confidence. You replay conversations in your head, overanalyze text messages, and sometimes even question your own worth. But here's the truth. When a woman isn't interested, she will show you. The problem is, most men ignore the signs because they're hoping the situation will change. They chase harder, give more attention, and in doing so, push her even further away. You don't need to waste your time on mixed signals or trying to force chemistry that just isn't there. A woman who genuinely likes you won't make it hard for you to know. She'll want to see you, she'll put in effort, and she'll make space for you in her life. On the other hand, a woman who doesn't feel the same way will reveal it through her actions, not her words. Once you learn to spot these signs early, you'll save yourself the emotional drain, avoid the humiliation of over-pursuing, and open yourself up to women who truly want you. That's what this video is about. We're cutting through the confusion and breaking down 7 clear, undeniable signs that a woman is not interested in you. These aren't vague hints. These are the real-life behaviors that will tell you exactly where you stand. And once you know them, you'll stop wasting time and start moving with confidence. So pay close attention because these 7 signs will change the way you approach women. And more importantly, they'll protect your energy as a man.
1. She avoids spending time with you. One of the clearest signs that a woman is not interested is her unwillingness to spend time with you. Think about it. When you genuinely like someone, you find reasons to be around them. You make time. You rearrange your schedule if you have to. That's just human nature. So when a woman constantly avoids hanging out with you, cancels plans, or always claims to be busy, what she's really saying is that you're not a priority in her life. Men often fool themselves into believing excuses. Maybe she said she's tired. Maybe she claims work has her tied up. Or maybe she promises to make it up to you, but never follows through. If this becomes a pattern, it's not bad timing. It's a lack of interest. Women who want you will look forward to seeing you, even if it's just for a short coffee break. If she can't carve out 30 minutes for you, that speaks volumes about how little she values the connection. Here's what many men do wrong. They try to chase harder. They offer to work around her schedule. They suggest multiple dates, and they become too accommodating. But when she avoids spending time with you, doubling down on effort only lowers your value. It makes you look desperate. Instead, a man with self-respect recognizes the signs, steps back, and stops forcing a situation that clearly isn't mutual. Think about your own life. You always make time for the things and people you care about, whether that's friends, hobbies, or even simple routines. Women are no different. If she likes you, she will find a way to see you. If she doesn't, you'll always feel like you're chasing shadows. The harsh truth? A woman avoiding time with you is her silent way of rejecting you without confrontation. She doesn't want to say it outright because most women hate being the bad guy. Instead, she uses distance as her message. Your job as a man is to hear that message loud and clear. Don't take it personally. Not every woman you meet will be into you, and that's fine. What matters is not wasting your time trying to win over someone who has already checked out. The right woman won't dodge you. She'll make an effort to be around you. So the next time a woman keeps avoiding plans, understand it for what it is. Disinterest. Respect yourself enough to walk away and put your energy into women who actually value your presence. 2. She barely communicates with you. Another undeniable sign that a woman is not interested in you is when her communication with you is minimal, dry, and one-sided. Pay attention, because this is where most men get stuck. You send her long messages, and she responds with one-word replies. You ask her questions, and she answers without showing curiosity about you in return. You try to spark conversations, but she gives you the energy of someone doing you a favor. Communication is the lifeline of any connection. When a woman truly likes you, she won't just respond, she'll initiate. She'll ask how your day went, send you random thoughts, or even share memes just to keep the flow going. You won't have to force it because her excitement will naturally show. On the other hand, a woman who isn't into you will keep things short, vague, and dull. You'll notice she takes hours, sometimes days, to reply. And when she does, the messages feel like they were written with zero effort. Now here's where men often make the mistake. They overcompensate. Instead of reading the writing on the wall, they double the texting. They keep trying to be funny. Or they ask, "Why are you so quiet?" hoping to reignite her interest. But the truth is, when she's barely communicating, that is her answer. She's silently showing you that her interest level is low. A woman who wants you in her life won't let the conversation die. She won't risk losing your attention by leaving you hanging. Even if she's busy, she'll let you know she'll text later, and then she'll actually follow up. That's what genuine interest looks like. Think about it from your perspective. When you like someone, you naturally want to talk to them. You don't run out of things to say, and you don't treat the conversation like a chore. Women are no different. If she's giving you dry, lazy replies, it's because she's not motivated to engage with you. Here's the mindset shift you need. Stop chasing people who can't even give you the basic courtesy of good communication. Respect your time and energy. If she can't invest in a simple back-and-forth exchange, she won't invest in a relationship with you either. So, the next time you catch yourself staring at your phone, waiting hours for a one-word reply, remind yourself, interest is clear, and so is disinterest. Don't try to force a connection with someone who clearly doesn't care to keep it alive. A woman who values you will show it in her words, her consistency, and her eagerness to communicate with you. Anything less is your signal to move on. 3. She doesn't show physical warmth. When a woman is interested in you, it shows not just in her words, but also in her body language. She'll find small excuses to touch your arm, lean in closer when you talk, or smile with genuine warmth. Her energy toward you feels open and inviting. But when a woman isn't interested, all of that disappears. Instead of moving closer, she creates distance. Instead of touching you casually, she avoids contact altogether. This doesn't always mean she's being rude. It's just her way of keeping boundaries. She might stand a little farther away, keep her arms crossed, or position her body away from you in conversation. If you try to sit close, she shifts back. If you go for a friendly hug, she makes it quick and impersonal. These subtle cues are powerful indicators of how she feels. Men often miss this because they're focused on what she says rather than how she acts. She might agree to meet up, she might talk to you politely, but her physical energy tells the real story. Attraction is hard to fake, and if it's not there, her body language will make it clear. The mistake many men make here is trying to bridge the gap by being overly touchy or pushing physical closeness too soon. That only makes her more uncomfortable and reinforces her disinterest. A woman who truly likes you will welcome your closeness. She'll match your energy and may even initiate physical warmth herself. You won't need to force it. Here's something important to understand. Women are naturally protective of their space. If she doesn't feel drawn to you, she will not let you into that personal bubble. On the flip side, when she's attracted, she'll invite you in without words. Her comfort level is the unspoken truth. Think back to the women in your life who genuinely liked you. They probably smiled differently around you, maintained eye contact, and made physical closeness feel natural. Compare that to women who weren't into you. The distance, the stiffness, the lack of warmth was obvious. So don't ignore these signals. If she consistently avoids physical closeness, don't convince yourself that she's just shy or she takes time to open up. Interest has a way of breaking through shyness. If she wants you, she'll show it sooner than you think. The bottom line, when there's no physical warmth, it's not attraction. It's just politeness. Don't confuse courtesy with chemistry. Respect the signs, protect your dignity, and focus your energy on women who not only enjoy your presence, but also show it through their touch, their body language, and their comfort around you. 4. She never prioritizes you. One of the strongest indicators of disinterest is when a woman never makes you a priority. Think about it. We all have busy lives, work, family, studies, and personal goals. But when someone truly matters, we make room for them. We adjust schedules, we compromise, and we look forward to spending time together. If she never prioritizes you, it's because she doesn't see you as someone worth adjusting her life for. Here's how it shows up. She cancels plans last minute. She keeps saying, "We'll see," instead of committing. Or she only reaches out when it's convenient for her. You might notice that you're always the one suggesting meetup, always the one checking in, and always the one trying to create connection. Meanwhile, she treats you like an afterthought, someone who gets attention only if her other plans fall through. Men often lie to themselves in this situation. They say, "She's just really busy," or "She'll come around eventually." But here's the hard truth. A woman who genuinely likes you will find a way. Even if her schedule is full, she'll carve out a small pocket of time because she values the connection. Women don't risk losing men they're truly interested in. When she doesn't prioritize you, what she's telling you, without words, is that her life is already complete without you in it. You're optional, not essential. And that's not where you want to be as a man. You should never fight for a spot in someone's life. Here's what many men do wrong. They try to prove their worth. They become more available, more accommodating, and more eager to please, hoping she'll finally give them her full attention. But all this does is reinforce the imbalance. She sees you as someone who will always be there, no matter how little she gives in return. And when a woman feels no urgency to invest in you, her interest never grows. It only fades further. Instead of chasing, take note of where you stand. If she consistently puts everyone and everything before you, recognize that for what it is, lack of genuine interest. A woman who truly wants you will prioritize you. Not necessarily above all else, but at least alongside the other important parts of her life. She'll show consistency, she'll follow through, and you'll feel her effort. The lesson here is simple. Don't compete for a place in a woman's life. If she doesn't prioritize you willingly, then step back. A man who respects himself doesn't beg for attention. He attracts it naturally from women who value him. The bottom line, her priorities reveal her true feelings. If you're never on that list, she's not the one. Save your time, save your energy, and put both into a woman who sees your value without needing constant reminders. 5. She shows no genuine interest in your life. A woman who likes you will naturally want to know more about you. She'll ask about your day, your goals, your passions, and even the little details of your life. Why? Because genuine interest always comes with curiosity. When someone matters to us, we want to understand their world. But when a woman is not interested, that curiosity disappears. She doesn't ask questions, doesn't remember things you've told her, and doesn't engage when you share parts of yourself. Pay attention to her behavior in conversations. Do you find yourself always carrying the discussion while she contributes the bare minimum? When you talk about something you care about, does she respond with flat, "That's nice" statements and move on? Does she ever circle back to something you mentioned earlier, like your job, family, or hobbies? If the answer is no, it's a strong sign she's not invested in building a deeper connection. Here's what usually happens. Men ignore this lack of curiosity and keep oversharing, hoping that if they reveal more of themselves, she'll eventually care. But interest doesn't work that way. If she's not leaning in from the start, more information won't change her feelings. In fact, it often makes you feel worse because you're opening up while she gives you nothing in return. A woman who's truly into you won't just listen, she'll engage. If you mention a project at work, she'll ask how it's going. If you talk about a goal, she'll encourage you. If you share something personal, she'll respond with empathy. These small but meaningful actions are proof of emotional investment. Think of it this way. When you like a woman, you naturally pay attention to her. You remember her likes, her stories, and her struggles. You ask follow-up questions because you want to stay connected. Women who are attracted to you will do the same. Disinterest, on the other hand, shows up in her silence, her lack of engagement, and her inability to hold on to the details of your life. Here's the mistake many men make. They confuse politeness for genuine interest. Just because she nods or gives short answers doesn't mean she cares. Many women are kind enough to let a man talk without cutting him off. But kindness isn't the same as attraction. If she never digs deeper, she's showing you she doesn't want to know you on a personal level. As a man, you must learn to value your own story. If someone doesn't show curiosity about your life, don't waste energy trying to impress them with it. The right woman will want to know every layer of you, not because you demand it, but because she naturally desires it. Bottom line, if she doesn't ask, doesn't remember, and doesn't engage, it's not interest, it's detachment. Respect that and move forward. 6. She keeps the conversation. Surface level. Another powerful sign that a woman is not interested in you is when every conversation with her stays at the surface. She'll talk about the weather, school, work, or random topics, but nothing personal, nothing deep, and nothing that brings the two of you closer. This might not seem like a big deal at first, but when it continues over time, it's a clear indicator that she has no intention of forming a genuine bond with you. Think about how you act when you like someone. You open up, you share personal stories, your dreams, even your insecurities. You're not afraid to let that person in because you want them to see the real you. Women are the same way. When they feel drawn to you, they'll gradually lower their guard and let you see beneath the surface. But when they don't feel that attraction, they'll keep the interaction light, casual, and emotionless. Here's how you'll notice it. You'll always be the one driving the conversation forward. She won't give you much to work with. If you ask her how her day went, she'll say, "Fine," and leave it there. If you ask her what she's into, she'll give vague, short answers. She'll avoid topics that involve sharing feelings or personal details. In fact, the moment you try to steer the conversation deeper, she'll change the subject or give you responses that shut down further dialogue. Many men misinterpret this. They think, maybe she's just shy, or maybe she needs more time. But shyness and disinterest look very different. A shy woman who likes you will still give you small openings, smiles, hints, or small efforts to open up. A disinterested woman, however, gives you nothing. She stays on safe ground because she doesn't want to invest emotionally. Here's where most guys go wrong. They try harder to break through. They overshare in the hopes that she'll match their openness. They ask deeper questions, thinking persistence will win her over. But what usually happens? She becomes even more distant because she was never planning to let you in from the start. A woman who genuinely likes you won't keep every conversation surface level. She'll want to laugh with you, confide in you, and share experiences that create emotional intimacy. When she's not interested, she'll keep the walls up, not because she's protecting herself, but because she doesn't see you as someone worth building intimacy with. The lesson is clear. Don't mistake her willingness to talk at all as interest. Surface-level talk is easy. It requires no emotional investment. Real interest shows when she gradually deepens the connection, when she makes the effort to open up, and when she allows vulnerability into the conversation. So remember, if the interaction feels flat and shallow every single time, she's not holding back. She's showing you she's not interested. Don't waste your energy digging for depth where there is none. 7. She doesn't respect your effort. The final and perhaps most painful sign that a woman isn't interested in you is when she doesn't respect your effort. As men, we naturally want to show interest through action. We call, we text, we plan dates, we make time, and we invest energy. When a woman appreciates you, she recognizes that effort. She responds to it, values it, and gives something back in return. But when she doesn't care, your effort feels invisible. Or worse, it feels like a burden to her. Here's what it looks like. You go out of your way to plan something thoughtful, and she cancels without apology. You send her a message, and she leaves you on read. You compliment her, and she barely acknowledges it. She doesn't match your effort with even the simplest gestures. Instead, she lets you carry the entire weight of the interaction while she gives the bare minimum. This is where many men fall into the trap of doing more. They think, if I just show her how much I care, she'll finally see my value. So they buy gifts, shower her with compliments, or bend over backward to keep her attention. But the harsh truth is this: interest cannot be forced by effort. A woman who likes you will already see your value, even in the smallest things. A woman who doesn't will ignore your biggest gestures. Think of it this way. Effort should feel rewarding, not draining. When you put energy into the right woman, she mirrors it. She shows gratitude, she contributes, and she makes you feel like your effort matters. But when you're dealing with disinterest, the imbalance becomes obvious. You're pouring into a cup that's already empty. Respect is key here. If she doesn't respect the time, energy, or thought you put into her, she's indirectly telling you that she doesn't value you as a potential partner. And a relationship without respect is already doomed before it begins. The mistake most men make is ignoring this lack of respect because they're blinded by attraction. They keep giving, hoping she'll eventually wake up and appreciate it. But instead of creating closeness, it only creates resentment. You start to feel unappreciated, and she sees you as someone who can be taken for granted. Here's the truth. Women naturally respect men who respect themselves. If she sees you continuing to invest where there's no return, she'll label you as desperate rather than valuable. The most powerful move you can make is to stop giving effort where it isn't appreciated. So, if you notice that your calls, your time, your thoughtfulness, and your presence are consistently ignored or dismissed, recognize that as the ultimate sign. She doesn't want what you're offering. And that's okay. The right woman will not only notice your effort, she'll honor it, respect it, and match it. Bottom line, effort without respect is wasted. Don't beg for appreciation. Walk away and let your energy flow towards someone who truly values you. Brother, the signs are always there. You just have to respect yourself enough to see them. If she avoids spending time with you, barely communicates, shows no physical warmth, never prioritizes you, ignores your life, keeps things surface level, or doesn't respect your effort, then she's not interested. Don't chase, don't beg, and don't settle for breadcrumbs. Your energy, time, and attention are valuable. Save them for a woman who appreciates them. The right woman will never make you guess how she feels. She'll show it through her actions. Remember, interest is clear. Walk with confidence and let the wrong ones go.